Good morning and welcome to a seed of encouragement. I got a word, and that was this: stop your pity party. Yeah, get up. It's time to dress up. Because the best decision you can make to yourself is to think positive in a negative situation. And I want you to stop being injustice collector. You collect everything that happened to you, the bad breaks, everything people do or didn't do, or what you expect people to do, or they do the other way. You collect all of them. I want you to switch it and be a blessing collector. Start collecting all the good things that happen to you, the good things that people do to you, all the miracles that you receive, the testimony you receive. Collect them. You say, count your blessings, name them one by one, and you see what God have done for you, right? You have air in your nostrils. You can breathe. You're alive today. That means there's hope. David said, my soul, why are you downcasted within me? And God tell God to take me to a rock that is higher. And he said, for all I know, David said, for all I know, I'm going to see the goodness of God in this land of the living. That means the situation might look bad, but I am going to. He's saying to himself, you're going to see good days. You're going to see better days. So I'm not going to be in this. I'm not going to let my head take me to this pity party where I'm having this party by myself. Because pity party, what is good at is you don't invite anybody. It's just you having this party by yourself, by your thought. You tell yourself, oh, I'm not good enough. You tell yourself people are not treating you well. You tell yourself life is not fair. You tell yourself, oh, life have beat me so much and throw me under the bus. You stay under the bus. You stay where life have dumped you. That's pity party. You are telling yourself everything, how people don't love you, how things are not working for you. Why is all this happening to you? That is pity party. You're having pity party by yourself, because pity party, it doesn't want nobody around you, because any person around is going to try to talk you out of it. So you want to be in that place of darkness, find a lonely corner where you go in, beat yourself, maybe in your bathroom or somewhere, tell yourself your partner doesn't care, your children doesn't care, oh, your job doesn't appreciate you. Tell, oh God, why am I the only believer in my workplace? Oh, why am I the only believer in my family? God, this is not fair. But you were asking God to bless you. You were asking God to tell God to make you use you. And now God has positioned you where He will use you. And what are you doing? Pity party. God said this time, what are you doing there? God asked Elijah, say, Elijah, what are you doing there? Elijah have done so fire descend from heaven and eat and burn up every offering. He killed thousands of Baal worshippers. And then Jezebel sent a message, and then he's fearful. Now he's looking for a way to hide, and he's telling God, God, I don't know what is going on. God is asking him, what are you doing there? He's busy telling God, Father, I'm just the only one remaining that is serving, that still believing. Everybody has run away. Just me, still confessing you, Jesus. Pity party. I know what God says, say, get up, the journey ahead is more. Eat. And God, what did God do? God, when he went, the angel brought him a cake, the angel brought him a dish. He ate. Because sometimes we get into this self-pity party because we are born, we overwork ourselves, we don't have balance. When you don't have balance in your life, when you don't even create time to rest, create time to do the things you like to do, whether it's to eat their favorite food, sit down and make it, or just have peace. Some of us just want to have some time of quietness, quietness from TV, quietness from phone, quietness from everything. Peace is the time that your body revive himself, refuel himself. But you're not going to create that atmosphere. Then you are now burnt out because there is no balance. For you to stop pity party, to get out of pity party, the first thing you must fix in your life is to have a balance. Create a balance. Create a balance in everything you do. Apportion times to, this is when you're gonna do this one, do this one, do this one, and then you're gonna have self time for yourself. Time to renew yourself so you are not burnt out. I want us to examine the life of Joseph. Because choices come with consequences. And you are whatever you are today based on the decisions and the choices you made yesterday. Joseph was loved by his father. His father loved him, even made him a coat of many colors. He had dreams he shared with his family, and the fact that the sibling doesn't even like him because the father loved him more, and then his dream to just make it look like he's gonna be the head, why they're gonna be tails, they didn't get it, and they say, you know what, we're gonna just take him away, and they throw him in the pit, sell him off for slavery. Joseph went through tremendous things, so many bad things that some of us will go through, and we're going to get into self-pity party. But Joseph never let himself get to that point. He understands that whatever he's going through, God is doing it for a reason. You know why I know he understands? He told his brothers when they came, he said, what you meant from evil, God turned it for good. God sent me to this city ahead of time so that farmer will not kill you people back there at home. Some of you, God have blessed you and sent you out to a foreign land, and you are forgetting the people you're supposed to take care of. Let me tell you, the second thing that will give you a fulfilled, happy life is that you are doing things for others. Have you ever wondered you have something going on in your life, you cannot fix it? You have this part of your life you cannot fix. It can either be marriage, it can be in your children, it can be in your career. You have every other fact or areas of your life going smoothly, but there's this particular one. That's why Paul said he has called upon God 3 times over this particular issue, and God said to him, my grace is sufficient enough for you. Because you might have this area in your life that you have prayed, you have cried, you have done everything you know how to do. It's not fixable. I want to tell you that when you take your mind away from that situation and begin to do in people's life, God is going to fix it, because that's how God wants the kingdom to work. So God, that situation, you cannot fix it by yourself. Whatever the situation, you can't fix it. God is going to send somebody to fix that situation for you, while you go and fix something for somebody else. You ask yourself, you're going through this burden, but you still have this so much compassion to help somebody else. Yes, that is how it goes. That's the chain reaction. So I want to tell you now that I don't know what it is, that decisions you've taken over things that have happened to you, and you have begin to entertain self-pity. You begin to pity, want everybody to pity you, want people to say, oh, you are a victim. I want to tell you that God has called you and say you are not a victim, but a victor. So rise up, child of God, and do the thing that God has called you to do. I'm not saying it's not hurtful what is happening to you. I'm not saying it's something that is, you don't cry over it. That's why God gave us tears. You cry for what is going on for you. You cry for what is going on for other people, because you have the compassion. Yes, you cry. That's what tears is. You cry them out. Tell God, you cry them out, and you keep on going. Because here God said, He said He is the rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. So it doesn't matter the injustice that have been happening to you. It doesn't matter the bad breaks that happen to you. Hold on to Jesus and keep doing what God has called you to do. And you see He's going to reward you. Let's look at Joseph again. God rewarded him. Joseph was even accused by the wife of Potiphar. She admired him so much, but the boy said, I'm not going to do that, to sin against God and sin against my master. That is bad. Some of us will say, oh, this is a privilege. Let me hold on to that. But no, he knows about God. So I want to tell you, the rewarder of everything will reward you. Stop pushing vengeance, looking for, oh, this do me this, let me do this. No, let vengeance belong to God. Say, vengeance belongeth to God. He is the God of justice. He will serve them. You keep doing what God say He has called you to do. Like Joseph was humble. When he was thrown in the prison, he was humble, doing all that God has called him. They dream, they share their dreams. He tell them what's the meaning of their dreams. And that was how he was brought out. What if Joseph was busy doing pityParty with himself, lamenting, oh, my brethren didn't love me, they threw me out, they cast me out, and okay, now I have a good break in Pharaoh's house, and look at what happened, the wife did this, and look at me now, I'm in prison, and all that, and all that, and all that, and all that, and all that. He wouldn't have gotten the break he has. We won't even be talking about him today. But he chooses to make a positive decision on the negative situation he sees. You might have sickness ravaging your body. You might have a child that have choose to different things. You might have breaks in marriages and all that. But I want you to make a positive decision. Make it an intentional thing to say that today I am going to get up and keep doing what God has called me to do. God is going to fix the situation. Bring it to him in remembrance. That's what you do. Be like the widower that keeps stressing the king. King, avenge me, avenge me, avenge me. Jesus was the one sharing that story. He said, if that king would said, oh, because this woman troubled me, and decide to do what the woman want, how much more the one that died for you? God already knows. He sees. That's why he told Paul, I've given you grace. God has given you grace to go what you are going through. God gives you that grace to go through any battle that comes to you. And I want you to keep on fighting strong, because what the devil is doing is trying to make you not see your future, trying to make you not live the purposeful life that God has given you to live. Because I can sit back here and honestly look in my life. I know that I have this burden that I've been praying to God to help me deal with. And I can sit here and tell you that I look at my life and I say, I'm blessed. Yes, abused, but I'm blessed. Broken, but I'm blessed. Talked about, but I'm blessed. Broke, but I'm blessed. I'm alive, I'm breathing. I don't hold no grudges for whoever did me injustice. Because when I look at my life, what I see is blessing. And all those things I went through is only a lesson that make me sit here and talk to you and give you word of encouragement and tell you that we have a God that is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. He told us in his word in Romans 8 that everything works for good for those that love God. Everything. It doesn't matter how it's looking now. I know that this burden I'm crying to God to fix for me will work good at God's own time, that it will be fixed, and I will testify about it. Because you've seen the hand of God in your situation, in your life, what God is doing. So it doesn't, the self, I want us to get out from that self-pity party. Get out from that victim mentality. I know you are a victor. I know that you are a head and not a tail. And be like David that said, it doesn't matter. I will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. And he said to his soul, you're not going to talk me into being down in the pit. He said, take me to a rock higher. Because the same David that said in Psalm 40 that God has brought him from a horrible pit. So I don't know the horrible pit you are. I don't know the mortal pit you are. But he said, God puts you on the mountaintop. So just go out and keep doing, you keep doing what God has called you to do. God has given you that heart. God has poured in that compassion. God has poured in that kindness. God has poured in that love. Continue to pour out that love to others. And once you are pouring it, it comes back to you in 100 folds. That's just how the simple way of living your life. Continue to radiate that love of God in you. And that love of God will bring all the things, will draw all the things pertaining to godliness that you need every day. Because he said every day grace is his faithfulness. So I want us to come out from this self-pity party and go out there and be what God has called you to do. Become that encourager that God has called you to do. Become that intercessor that God has called you to do. Do the thing, contribute what God has called you to contribute in this life, and live life intentionally. I love you. Have a wonderful